Welcome to the official poetry sanctuary of Sheikh Hamdan, where each word flows from the soul and dances with the rhythm of longing. Today, we open the gates of truth, remorse, and heartfelt emotion. This is not just another poem, it is a humble plea etched in the ink of regret. It is titled, "Please Forgive Me with Your Heart," a title that echoes like a whispered prayer in the halls of silence. When the pride falls and the soul bends, it is love that teaches the greatest humility, and only the one we hurt holds the key to our redemption. I have known triumph, I have known power, but nothing humbles me more than the tears I've caused to fall from your eyes. Not even the desert's scorching heat has burned me the way your silence does. And now, as I look toward the heavens, I ask no one but you to release me from this weight. My voice is not demanding, it's trembling. My hands are not conquering, they are reaching. I'm not asking you to forget, but to please, forgive with your heart, not just with your words. There was a moment when I could have held you longer, heard you deeper, and seen you clearer, but I was distracted by a world that now feels meaningless. You, the essence of my calm, the compass of my restless nights, were there, waiting for the version of me I hadn't yet become. And now that I have transformed through pain and truth, I return not as a prince, but as a man broken by his own actions, begging at the threshold of your mercy. The palace is quiet, the halls echo a name I dare not speak unless it's in prayer. My guards watch me with worry, not for my safety, but for my soul. They know that no crown sits right on a head that carries guilt, and no throne feels warm when the heart is cold. I do not fear wars or betrayals, but I fear the absence of your light in my life. I fear the punishment of being remembered only for my mistake and not for the love I carry still. You once said love is strongest when it forgives. Do those words still live in you, hidden beneath the hurt? Can you see me not as the man who wounded you, but as the man trying to heal through your grace? I have no pride left, no shield, no excuse. I have only the truth. And the truth is that you are the only one who can save me from myself. Please, let your heart speak louder than your pain. I speak not with grand gestures, but with the poetry of regret. If my tears could be measured, they would overflow the golden cups of this kingdom. If my sorrow had wings, it would fly across the seas to reach you and fall at your feet. I have read your silences like sacred texts, and I have heard the absence of your voice like a storm. Every second without you is a poem unfinished, a song that ends in silence. What is the use of these palaces if they echo with loneliness? What is the meaning of celebration if my heart is mourning the distance between us? You gave me more than love, you gave me peace. And I, in my folly, gave you uncertainty. Now I stand here under the same stars that once witnessed our promises, hoping they can carry this message to you. I am still yours. Please forgive me, not with pity, but with the compassion I once saw in your eyes. My horses stand ready, but I do not ride to conquer. I ride to surrender. My poetry is no longer a performance, it is a confession. Every line I write is a step closer to redemption. If there is still a place for me in your prayers, let it be a place where I am not condemned but embraced. Let your forgiveness be my freedom, and your heart be the judge that sees the intention behind the mistake. Even the moon we shared now hides behind clouds, perhaps waiting for your forgiveness to shine again. I have written verses that the world admires, but this one, the one I write to you now, is the only one that truly matters. For no applause can match the sound of your voice saying, "I forgive you." That is the anthem I crave, the melody that will restore my soul. I do not wish to return to the past, I only wish to walk forward with you. Not as the prince and his muse, but as two souls who have seen darkness and chosen to love anyway. If you look into your heart and find even the smallest light still burning for me, let that flame guide us back. Let us rebuild, not the image, but the essence of what we once had. Let us heal with honesty. This poem is not a performance. It is a prayer. And if prayers are answered through sincerity, then let mine reach the deepest part of your heart. You are not a chapter in my life. You are the story. And stories deserve endings shaped by truth and forgiveness, not by silence and pride. I await not just your words, but your heart. That is where I seek my absolution. That is where I wish to be seen again. Please forgive me, not because I am deserving, but because you are capable of a love that defies hurt. Let your heart guide your response, and if that heart still knows the rhythm of our love, then I believe there's hope. Until that moment comes, I will continue to write, continue to wait, and continue to love you in the only way I know how, with poetry carved from pain and hope. I return to the garden where your laughter once bloomed like spring among the roses, but now the silence draped itself like a shroud over every petal. The wind whispered your name, and I stood still, remembering how your presence once turned this entire earth into paradise. I closed my eyes, reached for a memory, and it touched me like a fragile feather laced with pain. Every part of this land remembers you, even if you try to forget me. And yet, here I am again, barefoot in repentance, letting the thorns of remorse pierce through me if it means you'll feel the depth of my regret. You were never an ornament in my life, you were the essence. And now that essence is missing, my world is a portrait without its color. They say time heals all wounds, but time has only deepened mine. It stretched the distance between us and carved more space for longing. I haven't just missed your smile, I've missed the safety of your soul, the way you could read me without words and love me even when I forgot how to love myself. No amount of royal counsel or courtly distraction could mask that void. I've written your name into the stars. I've uttered your name in every prayer. And though I am a man of power, I am helpless before your silence. I don't ask for punishment to be lifted, I ask to be understood. I ask to be seen, not as the one who fell short, but as the one who rose again through sorrow, who finally understood the magnitude of your worth. If hearts had keys, then yours is the only one that can unlock mine from this cage of regret. My voice may echo across kingdoms, but it feels useless unless it finds its way to your ears. The palace lights shine bright, but none of them can guide me like your forgiveness would. I've built a world of power, but without your forgiveness, it is hollow. The scrolls of ancient poets cannot compare to the softness in your smile, and no written treaty ever offered me as much peace as your hand resting gently in mine. I remember how you once told me that love is not just a feeling, but a decision repeated every day, even when it's hard. I failed that decision once, but today, I am here to choose you again, every moment, every day, forever. Let the pages of my mistakes be turned, and a new chapter begin, one where I protect you better, honor you deeper, and never allow you to question your place in my life again. You are not a guest in my world, you are the home my soul seeks. I write this not just for your eyes but for your heart, the one I wounded with my absence, with my lack of clarity, with my blind arrogance. My silence then was my mistake, but today, my words are my redemption. I want nothing more than to sit beside you, to say nothing, and let the stillness carry my regret to you. I don't expect you to forget the tears. I only ask that you remember the love behind my flaws, the man behind the mistake, the prince who never stopped loving you. If destiny grants us one more chance, I vow to protect it with the might of 1,000 armies. Not in the way of power, but in the softness of commitment. No temptations, no whispers of doubt, no pride will ever come before your heart again. You are not the shadow of my past, you are the light of my future. Forgive me not for what I did, but for what I failed to do, for the moments I should have chosen you louder, clearer, faster. Some say a man doesn't need forgiveness to move on. But I do. I need yours. Because I don't want to move on, I want to move back into your grace, into your heart, into the place where I first felt like I belonged. This is not about rewriting history, it's about reclaiming the beauty that once was and giving it the justice it always deserved. You didn't leave me, I left you, in silence, in hesitation, in fear. And now, I ask you to let me return. Even if your heart hesitates, even if it doubts, know that my heart no longer does. It beats only for you, and that is a rhythm I'll never betray again. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it is a power only the strong possess. And you, my love, are the strongest soul I've ever known. If there's even a sliver of compassion still alive in you for me, let it rise, let it speak, let it find me. For I am here, unarmed, unguarded, unashamed. I don't ask you to pretend that everything is the same. I only ask you to believe in what could be. The version of us that rises from these ashes, stronger, softer, more awake than before. The kind of love that has scars but still chooses to hold hands. The kind of love that understands that even royalty can stumble, but real love helps them stand again. I am ready to stand, but only if you offer your hand in that journey. You once gave me your heart freely, and I failed to protect it. Today, I come not to take it, but to ask if it's still possible to earn it back. slowly, gently, truthfully. If so, I will wait, not as a prince who expects, but as a man who believes. Please, let your heart speak, and if it speaks my name with even a trace of tenderness, let that be the beginning. Not of forgiveness alone, but of a rebirth shaped by love deeper than ever before. And if you still cry in the quiet because of me, then let my arms become the shelter that wipes those tears away forever. Let my words become the balm, and my actions the healing. Please forgive me with your heart, not because I am perfect, but because I am trying to become the man who never forgets again what you truly mean. I still believe in us, in you, in redemption. And so I write, I wait, I love, with nothing left but sincerity.